Welcome to another episode of the Almost Tipsy Vegan. Today we're going to be trying to make some jalapeno bread. This came from a co-worker friend of mine, and she gave me a recipe and it turned out amazing. But you know me, I'm not really going by the recipe. So we're going to change things up. First of all, I started out with 2 packs of yeast. I put it in a bowl here. The original recipe called for 2 cups of water. Well, you know, we always cook with some sort of alcohol. So the first change I made is I put 2 cups of dark beer in there for additional flavoring. And again, we drink on the show. Okay, so we've also got 3 cups of bread flour. That's 3 cups of bread flour. Okay. It also called for cheese, but we're using vegan cheese. We're not going to use real cheese. So what I did is I diced up 5 slices of vegan cheese. I'm going to put in here with it. Okay? That's 5 slices of vegan cheese. It also called for 2 jalapenos. Well, these were Magnum jalapenos. You see, that's a lot. That's probably a cup of jalapenos. And she de-seeded hers. Well, we like a little bit of heat, so I let the seeds in there. So we're going to put that in there. And we're also putting 1 cup of nutritional yeast. Because again, we like a lot of flavor. Okay. We are changing this just a little bit. We're going to put some oregano in here just to, again, flavor. We're going to put, let's see, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. It's tablespoon, I guess, TBSP. And we're going to put 1/2 of basil. Okay. And now we're going to put 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/4 of onion powder. Okay. Now, this has been marinating this mixture in here with the yeast, with 2 cups of beer. It's also got a teaspoon of salt that helps things rise. And you see the yeast working here, how it's getting all bubbly and everything. So it's been sitting out about 15 minutes. So I'm going to pour this over the flour mixture. And we're going to mix it together. So we get all this out of here. Okay. And we're going to mix this all together. Okay. So while this is mixing, we'll drink a beer. And if we need more liquid, we just have to pour some more beer in there. So, this is doing perfectly. Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to use my hands to make it a little easier. Oh, that's really good. Mix it with our hands. I don't know if you can see this or not. Just mix it all together. And we're going to mix it just a little bit, not a lot. And then we're going to let it sit for 1 hour. This should almost double in size. That'll let yeast work with the flour and all the ingredients in there. See how pretty that is? All those jalapeno peppers, cheese, and nutritional yeast. So, okay, so that's been mixed. We don't want to over mix it. So, got into a little ball right here. And I'm going to let that rest. I'm going to cover it up with a kitchen towel. Last time I said a kitchen rag and my wife got on to me. So we're going to cover it with a kitchen towel and put it on the counter here where it's warm. And then we're going to come back and remix it for another 30 minutes. And we're going to remix it and then let it sit for another 30 minutes. Okay? See y'all in a few minutes. Okay, this has been resting, arriving for about an hour now. I'm going to take the cloth off and see what it looks like. And as you can see, it has been arriving. Now, she told me to use a plastic spatula, cake knife, what you want to call this thing, and pull it toward the center 8 times. That's what we're going to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll do one more just for good luck, because I like doing it. So now then, what we're going to do is let this rest or rise for another 30 minutes. Okay? Okay, this has been rising now for 30 minutes. I'm going to take the cloth off and show it to you. See how that looks? It's really risen. And she said stir it again 8 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I wish I could smell this. These jalapenos are really smelling good. So what I'm going to do now is take this out of this bowl and hopefully make a little ball out of it. Hopefully. We're going to see how this turns out. We may leave more in the bowl than we do on the... That stuff's pretty strong. The yeast is working. We're going to get that. That smells so good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got it on this flour here. We're going to roll it around a little bit, knead it around just a little bit. See how that works? You know, it is kind of make me mad leaving this stuff in here. I'm going to try to get some more out. There we go, got a little more out. Of course, this doesn't stick to my hand. So, now, what we're going to do, we got flour on here. We made a little bow out of it, a little ball. And I gotta wash my hands. Get this stuff off of my hands. And there we go. Now our oven is preheated to around 425, I think what it is. I'm gonna take the pan out. It's very, very hot. So I'm using 2 hot pads on each hand if it's hot. And y'all be very, very careful doing this. And the top was on there too. I'm going to put the top back on the stove so we don't actually touch it. Okay, so we're going to put parchment paper in here. And be sure you do not touch this pan. It is piping hot. And we'll get it in here somehow, some way. Get it all in there. And then we're going to put the top back on this. And we're going to let it cook for 30 minutes. And then we're going to take the top off and let it cook for another 20 minutes with the top off to brown it up. Okay? So I am supposed to put a little X in here to let it steam out, which I don't think that's really going to make a big deal right now with this. But anyway, we're going to put it in the oven and see what happens. Okay, the last time y'all saw this bread, it was in this Dutch oven. I cooked it for 30 minutes, covered up. Then I took the top off and cooked it for another 20 minutes. So, as you can see, here it is. It's really pretty. It smells really good cooking. So, I'm going to cut it and see what it looks like in the middle. And so, I'm going to cut it this way if y'all can see it. It's supposed to cool for about an hour, but it's been cooling for about 15 minutes. So, it's still pretty warm. I'm just going to cut and see what it looks like. And you see, it's not quite done, it looks like. So maybe that's part of the problem. So you can see it. But I am going to cut it and taste of it. I cannot cook it longer because I've already taken it out and cooled it off. But I'm going to cut another little piece and see what it tastes like. It needs to cook a little bit longer. It's got a very, very good flavor. I'm gonna let it cool a little bit more. Oh, it tastes so good. But definitely cook a little bit longer. You see, it has fallen a little bit. I think it's because it had so much of the pepper in there and the cheese. But I thought about not posting this video because it did fall, but hey, it tastes so good. Cook it a little bit longer than 30 minutes with top on it and 20 minutes with it off. And I think you'll really enjoy it because it tastes so good. Anyway, almost took to vegan and we'll see you next time. Okay, a quick addendum. I was kind of disappointed when I saw it starting to fall a little bit, but we have cut into it and you can actually see the cheese in here, the vegan cheese, the peppers, it's spicy. It tastes almost like a spicy pizza, but it tastes so good. The taste is amazing. I'm going to take the lady that gave me this recipe some tomorrow, but I definitely will be making this again. And so anyway, uh, I hope y'all like me being honest with y'all. I was disappointed, like I said, in it being uh, not quite as thin as it should be, but actually it's very, very, very good that way. And you can see the bigger piece here, uh, it's just so incredibly good. There's so much flavor in there. So anyway, uh, if y'all would like to subscribe, I'm honest with you now. Please feel free to. And again, almost tipsy vegan.